Positive Thoughts Guy. Yo, guys, today I want to talk a little bit about these fellas that are occupying Wall Street or whatever in the hell that is. Yeah, it's been kind of a topic around my buddies, and there's a couple schools of thought, and it really depends on your age as well. I got a good amount of folks that are in their upper to mid 40s, and I have a good amount of folks that are around my age, and I have a good amount of folks that are younger than me, as buddies. And no one can seem to agree about what's up with the Occupy movement. So, I mean, just to give you my opinion, so call it like Positive Thoughts Guy opinion. I don't know. The one of the many multitude of really weird tenets that these people are trying to get through or talk about or something is ridiculous. Like limiting pay or putting pay caps and shit on things. It's ridiculous. It's like, what's the point in somebody going out and spending a ton of money on a degree to be able to make much more money because they chose a profession that's practical, and then they can only make like 30 grand if you're a banker. What? The really interesting part is historically, anytime a social movement has happened to try to affect other people's money, the people with money always find a way to double it back and totally screw the people that try to put money caps on them. Great example is income tax. Like back in the way early 1900s, when income tax first was introduced, it was seen as like a huge leap forward. We're gonna take the money back from the greedy, thuggish capitalists. But what really happened was that these people, instead of just having the money as individual income, just shifted over to having all their money coming through business income or investments. And the only people who could ever have that kind of money or income or possibility are the freaking business people that these folks were trying to screw. So not only did they leverage a huge tax levy on themselves to try to get money from these rich people, but totally took themselves out of the game. Ridiculous. And it's the same crap they're trying to pull with this Wall Street Occupy thing. One example that I personally find interesting is the fact that these kids mind you, took all these student loans and are now like worried they're never going to be able to pay them back. Oh my God! And the interesting part about college is that it's not a right. It's a privilege to go to college, and it's a choice to go and pay for college. So these kids did not have to take money to go to college. They chose to take money to go to college. And the majority of what these folks I'm reading are mostly the hippie liberals. So you got folks that don't really have a marketable degree in the most cases. I'm not saying in all cases, but in most. Anytime you see an art major, I mean, anyone who's really good at art, you don't need to really go to college to be able to get that thing happening. You could have done something yourself, made money on the side to pay for it if you wanted a degree. My point is that I have no sympathy for the people that take student loans and then complain about how much money they took, because you choose to take those loans. You choose to go to college. So it's also your choice to live with the consequences. The consequence is having to pay it all back. And if you chose to go to a place that's really expensive, of course you're going to have to pay back a fairly expensive amount of loans. I don't understand. I mean, maybe I should make myself a movement called the "Wow, really? You took money and now you have to pay it back" movement. I mean, come on. The beauty of the American society and the American dream is one of opportunity and chance and risk and reward. That's the beauty of America. I mean, every single fortune is taken because somebody thought, well, you know what? I gotta give it a shot. I gotta try something. I gotta go out of my way to try something new that no one else is gonna do, or that somebody will buy and have a value. And that's the grease that runs America. That's the heart and blood of what all of our forefathers have fought and bled for, was the ability for all of us to have free opportunity to try and make our dreams come true. That's what I personally have 17 connections to the Mayflower, and numerous family members that have gone through any actions, any bit of action ever that this country has had to go through. And I'll tell you what, I have never, ever, ever heard any of my living relatives that have been through the years complain about stuff like paying back a loan. My grandma would kill me if I ever bitched about that. You know, and I think that's how it should be. I think these kids need to get off their entitlement wars and get back into reality. So Positive Thoughts Guy, I mean, man, I tell you, that's a toughie. I mean, if you're the one like me, I'm saddled with debt, saddled with all that other stuff, but you don't see me bitching about the loans because logically, you took money. You have to pay it back. That's the beauty of the society and the beauty of the loan system. Is it's a loan. With that, guys, sorry, I think I went off on a tangent today, but damn, you know, when I read about that kind of stuff, Positive Thoughts Guy gets a little positive pissed person. The positive pissed person, that's pretty good. Yeah, you know, not disparaging, not hating on anybody. I'm just saying, you know, shit, if you take loans, man up, woman up, frickin' pay them back and stop bitching about it. That's what we all do. That's what happens. And if you didn't want the loans in the first place, guess what? You didn't have to take them. It's really that easy, folks. So, with that, I don't know where you guys stand on this issue, but the issue in itself is one that is very, very, very interesting, because it really depends a lot on perspective and where someone's from in order to get a real read on how a person reacts to this Occupy movement. Hey, with that, you guys, I want to say have yourself a wonderful Tuesday, because guess who the hell is? Me!